A very good morning to you all, children. I welcome you all to today's session of science, and we are on the chapter 4th, adaptation in plants. In my previous session, we have seen why do plants need different adaptations. We have seen terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. What are they? We have seen some examples of plants in plains and plants in hilly region, banyan people and the mango trees, which are the those found in plants, whereas deodar and uh, conifers are the plants types of plants which are found. Spruce is also there in the hilly regions. Now let us move ahead towards plants in the desert area. Cactus and palm are desert. They have no leaves. The lack of leaves helps to reduce water loss during photosynthesis. Leaves in such plants are reduced to spines. Spines discourage animals. Spines are basically thorns, children. Thorn, when they are in the stem, they are called thorns, and when they are in the leaves, they are called spines. Right? So spines discourage animals from eating such plants because they will injure their mouth, right? And the green fleshy stems contains chlorophyll and makes food. It also stores food and water. Long roots system spread out wide or go deep into the ground to absorb water. Waxy coating stems and leaves help reduce water loss. Right, so all these are facilitated because in these region you will find very less water there, so water less needs to be stopped. Water, right, water loss needs to be stopped there to ensure that whatever little amount of water plants receive, they store it and utilize it perfectly. Right, now plants in marshy areas with lot of water and sticky soils are called marshy areas. Such areas are near the seashore where the rivers meet the sea. The plants that grow in marshy areas are called mangroves. The mangroves have breathing roots which grow above the soil to absorb the air through the tiny openings at their tips. The roots of such plants give support to the plant and prevent it from slumping in the damp soil. Right? For example, Sundari tree in Sundarban Delta in West Bengal, right? As you can see in the above picture. Now, plants in hot and wet places. Plants that grow in coastal areas have adaptations to hot and wet climate. They are also evergreen type trees. Coconut and teak are the example of such evergreen trees. Rubber, sugar, and pepper also grow in such climate. These trees also do not shed their leaves. Right, children? So these are the few benefits, right? These are the few adaptations which these tree have. So now we move to the other important part, which is aquatic plants. Aquatic is aqua means water, so these plants are found in water. Aquatic plants adapt themselves to make their food in water. These are of three types. First is floating plants. The plant which float freely in water are called floating plants. The plants float on the surface of the water as their root, stems and body are light and spongy. The leaves have a thin waxy coating so that water does not wet the surface and block the stomata that is present on the surface. Their stems are reduced and roots are not well developed. These plants protect small animals from the hot sun. Duckweed plant, lettuce and water hyacinth are examples of floating plants. Fixed plants. Some aquatic plants remain fixed in the soil at the bottom of the pond by long hollow stems and deep roots. They have broad leaves which float on the surface of water. Submerged plants, right? Fixed plants example is lotus. Submerged plants are those plants which are found completely under the water, called submerged or underwater plants. Their roots fixed themselves in the muddy soil. They have long, thin and narrow leaves without stomata. They breathe through their body surface. right children? This is the very important thing, that they breathe through their body surface. Their stems are flexible as they have air spaces. The stems and leaves float with water currents. Such plants clean the water by removing carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen. Hydrilla, tape grass, pondweed, etc. examples of such plants. Right now we come to some useful plants. There are some unusual plants. Some plants like pitcher plants and Venus flytrap, they are called insectivorous plants. They are also called carnivorous. Now what does that mean? They eat insects or animals, right? Many insectivorous plants live in fresh water bogs. The pitcher plant prey is allowed to enter the pitcher, a cylindrical modified leaf. As the prey enters into the cylindrical modified leaf, the lift of the pitcher plant is closed. The digestive juice present inside helps the plant to digest the prey. An animal trips two or three sensitive trigger here present in the Venus flytrap. It causes the closing of leaf lid. Digestive juices present inside helps to digest the plant, digest the prey in 3 to 5 days, right? So these are very very unusual. Here when the insect comes in contact with certain substances there, they close the plant and the insect is trapped and digested. If no prey is caught, the trap will open within an hour, right? So these are the various varieties of plants depending upon their adaptation for survival. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did in making them. So unless we meet again, it's a goodbye.